Good morning, VIPs. This is your buddy Choppadong again. Today we're going to do something a little bit different instead of breaking down a slate. This is an easy, fast way to get to you in 15 minutes or less. A couple of tips, lessons here, there, whatever. Today I want to talk to you about variance, the wicked bitch, because I hear a bunch of people always talking back and forth about how baseball sucks and I'm done and I'm quitting and I'm this and I'm that and whatever, and we've been saying it for months, guys. It isn't basketball, it isn't football. The variance in baseball is up and down, rocky road. It's crazy. It's the nature of the game. You're trying to roster guys that maybe get on base 40% of the time, and you're trying to roster 8 of them. If I got 8 guys and they all get on base 40% of the time, I'm expecting them all to come together and click in the same night with power and get on base multiple times when they're not even doing it half the time. That tells me if I'm expecting somebody to get on base half the time and they get 3 at-bats in a game, they might get on base once. And I'm trying to put together a roster of 8 of those guys and expect them to do it more than once? Are you kidding me? That's why we go through such long, dry spells of variance in this game. This game feels most of the time like a complete loser's gamble. But that's also why you need to learn how to control variance and attack variance and dominate variance and make it your bitch. Because most people are going to quit. Most people are going to give up and are going to say, it doesn't work for me. I didn't really learn anything, and this play sucks. That's not it at all. Usually it's between your own ears. You can fight that. You can control that. Let's look at last night. Because last night, okay, pretty good night. And I want to tell you a little thing about now that you're kind of hopefully getting it beat into your head that this is most of the time a losing proposition. That means that even cash games are not necessary. You're not going to beat a cash game 60% of the time. In baseball, you're probably just not. Very few people do. That's why you'll hear a lot of our guys are GPP only guys. You'll hear me talk. Me, the chalk-eaten fool. Me. I don't play a lot of cash games in baseball. I play some. I love cash. It's what I understand. But I also understand that in baseball, the variance is so rough, I can't make it. I need upside. Now, I don't need stupid upside, like some 20,000 player GPP like this thing down here, this free roll. Yeah, I finished top half. Well, almost top half. Down here, did pretty well. Right? Didn't get paid shit. And had it been a normal tournament and not a free roll, this one right here is a great score. Didn't get paid shit. This thing would have paid me what on a dollar entry? $2, $3. That ain't gonna cut the mustard. You know what's gonna cut the mustard? Small leagues. Think about that. Small leagues that pay the top 30%. And then give upside to win. Yet small leagues where you don't got to beat a lot of people to win. I talk all the time about top 100 lineups. And a top 100, a 100-man league, top 100 lineup, 12% get paid. So you got to produce a top 10% lineup to get paid. A top 1% lineup, you got a shot at winning. A top 1% lineup in a larger GPP. If I place 113th out of 11,000 people here, I might get 10x my return. I might put in $1, I might get 10. Most likely I'm getting $7 or $8 back. That ain't gonna cut the mustard. You're not gonna beat 11,000 people very often, if ever. So you expose very lightly to these huge contests. You're not going to win cash games 60% of the time, 65% of the time to beat the house rake either. So you expose very lightly to those. And you play the shit in the middle. You play the small leagues. You play the larger leagues. You play the smaller GPPs. Here's why. Top 20% lineup got paid $3. Guess what? That's a triple up. Am I right? top 10% gets me $3 in a 100-man, gets me $5 in a 10-man. Okay? Where am I making more money? How hard is it to beat 10 people? Yes, I'm still going to go on dry spells where I go a week without beating them. But I'm going to pop them a lot more frequently than I am 50-man leagues, 100-man leagues, 200-man leagues, 1,000-man leagues. Yes, I get paid more accordingly as I go up, but eventually we're going to get to a point where it's just damned impossible. Don't throw your money away. Center your money in MLB, because here's why. Like I said, if you're not going to beat cash games and you're not going to beat 60% of the people long term, when you do put together a nice score like a 180, you got to get paid. You got to make up for all that shit that you tossed your money at before. The only way to do that is to build a foundation of smaller leagues and then upside into some smaller GPPs. That honestly is where you should live. Now, if you've got a budget of $20 a night, personally, I'd make 3 or 4 lineups and put $5 each on them. And I'd play 2 or 3 small leagues and take a couple shots at some 100-mans and some larger GPPs. If I had $100 a night, I'd still make 3 or 4 lineups, but if I'm putting $20 to $25 on each one, I'm probably spending my money on a lot of $2, maybe $5 leagues, and then I'm probably jumping into some 100-mans and some GPPs, and then I'll start taking the last $1 or $2 and tossing it at large GPPs in case I do hit the lottery. It happens. It happens to a couple of people every night. But odds are it's not going to happen to you. You can know as much as you want to know about baseball. It's still not, you're not going to beat 11,000 people when you're trying to roster guys that get on base maybe 40% of the time. And when they get on base 40% of the time, they are considered elite. Long proposition. You're going to have 3 or 4 guys in your lineup shit the bed every night. And it's going to frustrate the crap out of you. But the only way you're going to end up winning and having those really, really good nights is to make lineups, to make more lineups, to keep taking shots. What if the Philadelphia Phillies go off tomorrow? What if, they're in a good spot? What if the Cubs go off? They're in a good spot. What if the Cardinals go off? They're in a good spot. The Astros, Atlanta was in a good spot last night. You need pieces of all of them, and you can't do it in one lineup. If you're going to lose 10 games in a row or 10 lineups that you build in a row, you're going to lose 10 slates in a row, week and a half, if you build one lineup at a time. You are going to be pissed. I'd venture to say most of you won't even make it. You'll quit on day 7. You'll be like, fuck this, it doesn't work. But if you make, say, 5 in a night, you have nights like this. All right, let's go through the winners and let's show you what we did. Well, winners, losers, whatever, because we had a Hoso and Bo. 79, crap. McCullers, Severino, this was a mix-up league. Didn't work. Aaron Judge, hello. Freddie Freeman, Justin Turner, hello. Studs. Crap. Go down here, another mix-up league. More crap. That had Kershaw in it. Screw you, Kershaw. Right? Studs. Home run in there. Austin Jackson's been doing well. All right. Let's roll down here. Second place in a 10-man league for $1. 135. Not a bad score. It's a top 20% lineup. 2 out of 10. It's a top 20% lineup. That didn't win in GPPs. Got me $3 though. Might not have even cashed in a GPP. Look at what I focused on. Severino, crap. And this was my Atlanta stack most likely. Flowers, Inciarte. Now a mini stack there. St. Louis, Jerko, Fowler, Carpenter. It was my St. Louis stack. Did okay. Only because Carpenter and Jerko hit bombs. Thanks for not showing up, Dex. Put a couple of Phillies in there because they were in good spots and they were cheap and affordable. And they did all right. So these aren't stellar lineups, but this is what you're doing. You mix and match. And here's one that I won. This was a good score, 181, top 10% lineup, probably better. But I'm not going to cry over spilled milk and be like, oh, I should have put that in GPP. It is what it is, man. Had Kershaw in it, so it survived that. But what it had was Bomb City. When you play Kershaw, you got to have your punts go off. Well, Harrison went off. Jerko went off. Collins went off. And that was all it took. Hernan Perez, I didn't see this. This is the highest score of the night. I had a dude and it didn't start. Is that baseball or what? He got in, got on base due to an error, came around and scored, got me 3.2 points for the run. I mean, seriously. I didn't see the lineup until it was too late. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. But cash, it won me a league. This is the kind of crap that I see when I thumb through guys' lineups and I go, what the hell's this guy thinking? What a fish. Well, last night I was the fish, but you know what? I was the fish that kicked your ass. And that's baseball, though. I got beat last night. I had $10 ripped out of my hands last night, or 2 nights ago, because a guy started Justin Turner, and Justin Turner came in, pinch hit a bomb. That pissed me off. But, you know, what are you going to do, huh? All right, another league. This one, not a winner. Why? Severino, Flowers. This was the Chicago stack. Chicago. Suck. But you pick a few offenses, you target them, run them in there. Second, why? McCullers. Foundation was built. He got 2/3 my score, and that's what your pitchers are going to do. Scroll down here, though. You got to still have some help. Hernandez, Freddie Freeman's consistent. Salvi did okay. Beckham. Inciarte bomb, a couple of little guys pitching in here and there, and that's what it takes. So hopefully you guys are learning that variance is key, that this stuff is absolutely going to rock your world, and if you make a few more lineups here and there, you're going to have a better shot, but you need those lineups exposed to upside. You need to be getting 5x, 10x. I'll probably play 20 mans today because I want, to get a 10x return when I win. Because I'm not going to win that often, and when I do, I want it to happen. I want $10 back for every dollar I invest more often than 1 out of every 10 times, if that makes sense. If you guys want more help like this, and you want more advice, more strategy, more tips like this, you need to thumb this video up. You need to retweet it. You need to help me get the word out, and we need to bring more people into the VIP program at dfsarmy.com, because honestly, that's where the learning happens. That's where the coaching happens. That's where you get the advice that you need to build better lineups. Don't just run around out there and take advice from other schmucks that don't know what the hell. You don't have any credentials from some guy giving lineups and asking for tips. You have no idea who that guy is. You have no idea how good he is. And I'm telling you, he's going through down spells just like everybody else. Most of those guys suck. They don't even know the fundamentals of the game. If you want to learn the fundamentals of the game, take matters into your own hands and build winners on your own. Take some pride in what you do. Come to the VIP program at dfsarmy.com. Follow my link in the description, or on Twitter, or in my profile, wherever you can find it. Follow me on Twitter at Chapodong, and let's talk. Let's engage. I want to help you build better lineups. That's what we're all about. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.